Kia ora, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. We're back with Chapter 3, Map 2 of Rockets and Rocks, or whatever the hell it's called. Still back on the four-star challenge, and what we're going to do here is we are going to bring in Hyperion. So I had a little bit of a sneak peek at this, actually, to be fair, before we start the quest. So I could go the plain vanilla path, which is not that one actually. The plain vanilla path is I think the yellow jacket one. But instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go the parashield path, which is partially why I brought Hyperion. Now, I can use Hyperion. You can use Havoc, and I actually was supposed to change out Aegon for Havoc, but that's fine that we got Aegon. So what we're going to do is just run in here and just kind of chill out. I mean, we've got power gain, so we can use the SP3, we can use the SP1. With Power Shield, you don't do any damage with your regular attacks, but you do with your specials. And what better champ to do that with than Hyperion? So while he does that, we'll just throw an SP3. That should take down half his life. Havoc would have probably been easier, actually. Domino herself actually is not too bad for this either, so we might just spam the SP1, see if that does a better option. Probably will be against old Sabretooth. And there we go. Alright, that's a lot quicker. Okay, so we move on to the next one. I think part of the reason Sabretooth is takes so long is because he heals pretty well. So we'll carry on with our strategy here. We've got power gain, so we're not really we don't really need to rush to do anything. We can just sit back and kind of burn her to death. And that seems to be working out okay. 1 power burn, 2 power burn, 3 power gains, and that takes care of business. So Hyperion is really good for this path, as you can see. We'll carry on. Now, Sentry, I think he's on the Oscillate path. He's not actually on power gain, so we might bring Aegon down for a bit of a run here, get some combo up, just in case we need him for the boss. I don't really think we will, but you know, you never know, so you might as well be prepared. So he doesn't do a lot of damage from the get-go, but you know, he scales up pretty well. And now we just gotta wait till he decides to throw his SP2, which will probably be most of this mode. There we go. And we can get back into here. Now he should throw this one a little bit more readily. Continue building combo. Can start seeing a little bit more crits now. Can start seeing higher crits as well. Now we just wait till he decides to throw that SP2. Thank you. This is working out pretty well. getting a lot of hits, so it should make the next fight that we have to use Aegon in a lot easier. Now he's got that armor on. He's going to be a lot more defensive. He's not really going to do much, but he does throw the special, which is good. Up to 100 plus now. And that works out pretty well. Okay, so we built a lot of combo on this fight. We managed to get him down a fair bit. And yeah, that's all working out pretty well. So next up is Storm. And Storm is also on the Oscillate. So actually we can just use Aegon straight away to continue building up combo. Alright, so he can do a lot more damage now from the get-go because he's at 75 combo, which is really, really handy. Get her to throw that SP2 and just evade that. And we're on a pretty good run here. So now she's gone back to being defensive. And now she's aggressive, which is our zone. That's what we want. Throw the SP2, evade the SP2, carry on, keep building that combo. We're probably going to get to 150 here. Might just push her to her SP2 in case she throws it. Oh my lord. That's not very good, is it? Okay, well, if that's the case, that's fine. We'll just bring in Domino and finish her off. That was really a bit of a waste of time, I thought, but we were doing really, really well. And you just missed on one thing, just took our eyes off the ball for a sec. And that's the story. There we go. At least Storm is now taken care of, and we continue on. So this path is Oscillate, this one is Power Shield. I think we'll go the Power Shield way. And yeah, I might use Hyperion actually, that's fine. So the tricky thing with this is Spider-Man's an evader, so he is going to be a little bit problematic for us, but we'll just parry heavy. He also hits really, really hard. So hopefully we can hit harder. Throw that Incinerate in. And just get him to his SP2 because it's easier to evade. Give him some more Incinerates. And I think that should see him out actually. There we go. That sees that out. Not the most ideal way of taking care of business, but hey, I mean, it does take care of business anyway. Finally, we have Black Widow. Don't feel too happy about taking Hyperion in against her because it is class disadvantage. But saying that, I don't really want to use Domino because I don't particularly want to lose her, not at this level anyway, because I am going to use her for the boss. And we will throw that SP3, hopefully that does a fair amount of damage. I feel like throwing the SP2 might have been better actually, but we might do that next. Yeah, so the problem is those bleeds are really hurting me. Now the SB2, on the other hand, is not so bad. Yep, if I didn't get clipped right at the end there, I could have incinerated the crap out of her and she would have been gone. But we have a little bit of damage to do. So we'll just try to finish it up here with Red Hulk and carry on to the boss. I think she's the last fight before the boss. Now I don't know how much chip damage I can take, but I think SP2 is probably the best course of action, I guess. Whatever the saying is. So now we're ready to go to the final boss and have a little bit of look, have a little bit of an investigation into what this guy is. So first thing we can see is he's a cosmic. Second thing is, who is he? He's called Terrax. I don't think I've ever seen him in any of the comics. He is a villain, okay. He's immune to shock, immune to bleed, power cosmic, indestructible charge, rock field. Galactic intervention, he gets an additional attack charge whenever he gain one. Each time you leave the striking distance, he gains power gain. And if you're close, you get weakness. And if you stay far away, it drops off. But then he gains power gain. Energy attacks inflict more damage. And he's got limber, which we don't really care about too much, because we do have a domino. That's part of the reason we have a domino. If he's got more than one power cosmic at the start of the fight, he gains 2. He starts with rock field active. He's immune to shock, he's immune to bleed. He's immune to power drain, power steal, power burn, power lock, and innervate from metal champions. Wow, okay, cool. So he's not gonna get drained. He gains attack charges whenever you'd miss. When he gains 50, he converts them into 1 power cosmic. For each power cosmic, he gains power rate when struck while indestructible. He gains power rate when blocking while indestructible. And when he starts a rock field, he gets 1 indestructible charge. It's removed every time he is attacked. All remaining indestructible charges are removed when the rock field expires. Max 10 indestructible charges. Okay, so you gotta attack him 10 times to get that down. His indestructible charge buffs only ignore damage from attacks and do not ignore damage from SP3 attacks. Okay, so that's useful. While he's got the rock field, he gets an additional 6,000 attack rating. That's a lot, man. While the rock field's active, opponents take 1800 energy damage per second, so you probably want to stay away from that. Every half a second there's a 20% chance to inflict an armor break debuff, reducing the armor for 8 seconds. And while it's active, he's more aggressive. His 4th light attack refreshes the duration of all personal armor break debuffs on the opponent. His heavy power drain is paused while Terrax is charging his heavy. If the rock field is active, it's a guaranteed crit. He doesn't gain power from this attack, but he gains up to 17,900 increased attack rating based on how long the rock field. Wow, that's a lot of damage. On hit, the rock field ends and consumes 100% of a bar power. Wow, that is incredible. So this guy's he could probably do a lot of damage. Special attacks cost minus 100 less power, but after each special attack, your power drains right until 0. During this time, he can't use special attacks, and his rock field is active. He loses power faster the longer his rock field has been active. If he's got 6 power cosmic, he gets 20 attack charges. If he has 6+, he gains 3 indestructible charges. Rock field triggered after the special attack has a 40% chance to armor break. Last hit grants power gain. SP3 stuns and inflicts armor break. Wow, so this guy looks pretty tough, to be fair. Lucky he's immune to bleed and shock, but not immune to incinerate. We're gonna try to see what we can do with Domino. So we'll just incinerate. She seems to be working okay. A big part of this guy's problem is limber, and it seems like as soon as he takes some damage or power drains, he loses. And now we're in... Well, he looked like he was losing power, but he's not losing power anymore, is he? And I don't know what the SP2 looks like. Oh, I should have stayed close to him. That's right, because when you stay far away from him, he power gains. So you want to stay as close as possible. Right. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to just revive here. He's actually not too bad. I'm going to just buy a quick potion. It's actually not too bad. In the fact that we can do a lot of damage to him pretty easily. But the trick is, I think, to stay close to him. But I don't know why he was power draining to begin with and then power gaining later on. Oh, it's because of his rock field. So now we stay close. And we want to get in there and stay really close. Just block him in the corner. And hopefully we can taunt out some of his specials. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to push him to his SP. I really want him to drain power, but he's not doing it. He's not playing. He's not playing. What would be cool actually is probably having Heimdall in this. And they probably should have brought Heimdall for the synergy, because then I could probably land a couple of times with him. Now I think I'm gonna have to use one more revive here. Of course, if you have like a, I mean, he doesn't do a lot of damage, but the thing is, he's gonna go to his SP3, and there's no way to power drain him if you're metal. So maybe magic can do a number on him. Trying to get rid of his indestructible charges here, and now we can incinerate, and we can incinerate some more. But Domino with the limber is kind of useful. Oh! So now he's got 6 cosmic charges, and he is going to cost me 2 revives, I think, to finish him off. Yeah, so I mean, stay tuned. What we will do is we will probably cover this guy a little bit more in depth and see how to get around him. I think anyone who's organic and can power drain him probably will work really well. So I think, like, man, it's that rock shield, isn't it? So that's interesting. We'll just do one more revive. So I think what's killing us here is the rock shield, because now he's got 6. So if we have a look. It doesn't really say. But he's got that rock field, which is interesting. I think now it's gone, now that he's been drained down to 0. And now we can just finish him off. Okay, so I guess there's a few pointers here. Anyone who's organic who can power drain him will do well. So magic, I think, will probably be ideal against him. I would test her. Domino works really, really well. You have to stay away from that rock shield until he power drains to 0. That's the most ideal thing to do. You kind of want to stay very close to him so he doesn't power gain, but at the same time, you know, you can take hits, but he doesn't do a lot of damage. So you can't just sit there, parry with Domino and Heavy, or with Magic, and you can power drain him. Robots are not going to be very good, like Nebula or Warlock is not going to be good against him because you can't power drain that way. But I suspect the best 2 people against him would be, well, actually Doom. Doom might not be so good as well. Magic, probably Symbiote Supreme, and Domino. So hopefully this helped you out, guys. If it did, do like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'll probably do a deep dive a little bit later on once I test around a little bit and figure out a little bit more about this guy. But yeah, see you in the next one. Ka kite ano, bros and girls.